guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Ken, and today we're here to talk about a new Netflix Adam Sandler movie.
Yes.
Spaceman.
Spaceman.
It's not one of the silly comedies that he's known for Netflix. So
that's right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about this one with you today. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about movies and TV shows, and we do entertainment news live streams on Monday. So if you like that kind of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Also,
like the video.
Like the video, like she said. And this movie just came out, like we said, on Netflix.
It did.
On Friday, March the 1st. So if you've watched it or you plan on watching it, let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Okay. Yeah. So let's get into it. Spaceman. I'm going to start with you because you're pretty high on this movie. I'm not trying to spoil it, but
yeah.
Give me your thoughts.
So if you've been around, I am an Adam Sandler fan.
You are.
We both are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I've been a little critical of him in probably the past 15 years just because I don't love all the comedies he's made in the past 15 years.
Well, I don't think anybody, you're not going to hear me argue that.
But I am very nostalgic for his 90s comedies. Right. For sure.
Well, I love all things Adam Sandler. I just think he seems like a great guy. Obviously, I don't know him in real life, but he just seems like he's a great guy.
And we saw him in concert last year as well.
We did. We went to his show, and that was a lot of fun. Definitely, I think, on our bucket list
That was almost a year ago. Do you think
March,
I couldn't help but think while we were watching it, did he film this movie after we saw him in the concert or before? That's what I was wondering.
Probably before.
I would say before. It feels like it would have took a while to get through.
So just kind of going into the plot of the movie, it's called Spaceman, obviously.
And he is in space, and he is a man.
And I still am not quite sure. I feel like it had this vibe that it might have been set in the 70s or something.
I don't know if it's the 70s aesthetic. Maybe 90s.
I don't know.
I could see 90s.
It just didn't see some of the things that people were wearing, and I don't know. It just felt like it was maybe not set in current time. Yeah. And so anyway, he's going on this mission, a solo mission to space because there's been this what do you call it? Galaxy or cloud particles.
It's like a particle, a cloud particle or something.
Yeah, that had been in the sky for 4 years, I think it had said. And so they were basically wanting to go up and collect particles from it to study it. For me, it turned into this kind of what do you call it? Psychological or
what I would call this movie. It felt like to me
sci-fi. It's
definitely sci-fi, but it was a psychological, dramatic romance movie. Mm-hmm. Set in space.
Yeah. So like you said earlier, this was definitely not a silly movie. This was more in par with Uncut Gems or Punch Love. Is it Love?
Punch Drunk Love.
Love. What is it?
Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk Love. His just more serious,
more dramatic.
More dramatic, yeah.
Which he's shown in the past that he can absolutely pull off the dramatic stuff. Right. And honestly, I want to see him do more of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he's fantastic.
Because I thought Uncut Gems is one of his best movies that he's done.
Right.
And he's done other great dramatic performances like Reign Over Me and stuff like that.
Overall, I loved this movie. I thought that it was so good. I enjoyed it so much. I feel like that there is actually a lot to talk about with it. I feel like it has a lot of layers to it, could mean a lot of different things. I thought that it was really deep actually, and I feel like it had a lot to say. And I really liked it.
Yeah. I thought it was good, but it was long and it was very meandering. Mm-hmm. It was thought-provoking. It did poke at my mind a little bit.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood to watch it, but something about it, I couldn't get myself to love it.
Okay. Well,
I thought it was good, though. It was a good movie for sure.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
I feel like a lot of people are not giving it the best reviews. And I personally just don't get it. I don't know if it's just those people who are just trying to hate on Adam Sandler because he typically does just stupid movies and stuff. I feel like Adam Sandler definitely has a fan base, but I do feel like he gets a lot of crap for all of his goofy movies and stuff. I don't know. I just felt like this was really good, and
I will say I felt he was very good in the movie. I didn't have any problems with his performance or anything.
Yeah, he was very good. There are other, like, he's, the main character, obviously. There are other people in it, but a lot of it is him in space alone. But I still feel like they did a good job at like incorporating like people back at Earth, like the space center, space command center, whatever that he was in touch with. And like you said, it's also a romance story. So his
wife
is
played by
back
Carey
home.
Mulligan.
Yeah. And so this definitely, I think we kind of talked about how this reminded us of the episode of Black Mirror, this most recent season that had Josh Hartnett.
A little bit. Like it taps into that, the isolation aspect of being in space.
Yeah. I just have to talk about the spider. If you've seen
We have to address the spider.
If you've seen the poster or I don't know if it's on the main poster, but if you've seen the trailer, you know that there is a giant spider in the movie. And so, when you first see it, you're thinking, okay, this looks stupid or weird, or I don't get how this is going to work.
Yeah, it's a very CGI spider.
I don't know. Like, for me, I thought that it was so well done. I didn't think that it was super CGI looking.
Yeah.
And the voice of the spider, which was done by, what's his name, Paul Dano?
Yeah, the voice work was done by Paul Dano, and
very
well done.
He was fantastic as the spider. He had such a very like calming, like just soothing. Like a soothing, calming, soothing voice. And I feel like he just did, like him and Sandler just did really well together.
What I was impressed by was just how on paper Adam Sandler in space, CGI spider that talks.
Right.
It sounds like such a goofy, premise.
Right.
But when it actually plays out, because I think in large part to Paul Dano and his voice performance, you can take it very seriously.
Yes,
and it actually has weight to it, and it doesn't feel silly, even though it probably should.
Like for me, it was very emotional. And like I said, there's definitely a lot to... I feel like it had a lot to say. I don't want to like spoil everything.
I don't know if this is maybe this is my problem with it. The movie is just so serious and so heavy. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be, but this maybe goes into why I didn't enjoy it as much as maybe I should have. There's like no levity to it at all. It's just like super serious the entire time and just very emotionally heavy. And that just doesn't let up, I feel like, for the entire 2 hours. I just don't know if I was prepared for that going in.
Gotcha. Without giving too much away, like it goes into what happens when we're alone and when we think too much. It goes into, like, again, his relationship with his wife and how he wasn't, like, there for her, like, emotionally.
He has a lot of regrets, a lot of things that he is coming to terms with in his relationship from his past.
Yeah, from like being a child.
And that's kind of, I don't want to spoil too much, but that's kind of what the spider acts as. The spider is kind of his conscience almost in the movie.
Well, in a way, like that's the thing is you don't really know if this spider is real or not.
Yeah. Well, that's the way I interpreted it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's different ways you can interpret it. Again, I feel like there is so much to say about it, but I don't want to just like completely break it apart and ruin it for everybody. But I felt like this was a beautiful movie. I felt like it looked really good. Again, to me, the CGI didn't look bad. I thought that the spider looked good. Didn't bother me. The space scenes were really good, like when they were showing the little galaxy cloud particle thing.
The movie itself looked really good. And we didn't bring up the person that directed this. It was Johan Rennick, I think is how you pronounce that. But he also did the TV show Chernobyl.
Right.
Directed those episodes, which I think is also a very heavy show.
Yeah, we started it, but we did not finish it.
Yeah, I would like to finish that someday because I've heard a lot of great things about that show. But
yeah, so overall, I felt like this was really good. And I had been looking forward to seeing this again just because I am an Adam Sandler fan. So I am very happy that it was good for me.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that it delivered for you, and I'm happy that you loved it.
Yeah,
Because I want people to love movies.
Yeah,
I just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, that's
I feel
okay.
bad.
And again, I felt like by the end of it, it left me, like it was heavy. I didn't come out of it like all happy-go-lucky or anything. It left me thinking and, making you kind of want to be a better person. And so I feel like those are always, that's always a good thing. So
yeah, making you not want to wait to be a better person.
Yeah.
Until you're in space for a year.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Okay.
I think I said everything.
I think it's time for us to rate it then.
Okay, I will give this. I think it's a well-made movie. I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay, wow. I thought you'd probably do like a 3 or
no 3.5 out of a 5.
Okay.
I think it's a well-made movie, and I enjoyed it. I just didn't love it.
Yeah. I kind of went back and forth on what I was going to give it. I think I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I feel like 4 is fair.
It's respectable.
Yeah.
It's respectable. So thank you all so much for watching our review of Spaceman. If you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Also like the video and comment your thoughts on the movie if you watch it or if you're going to watch it. Like I said, it's on Netflix right now. Turn on
Go watch it.
Bell notifications for all future videos, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.